Hey everyone, I'm going to do a PhotoReady review today. First things first though, it's really hot in my flat. We're having a spate of nice weather in the UK and my flat is hotter than outside, I swear. It's so warm. We've got like all the windows and all the doors open and it's not doing anything. So I'm in my summer clothes a bit earlier than I would like. I'm not really a summer person, I much prefer winter, so I can bundle up in all my clothes, look like a Pillsbury doughboy, and nobody's any the wiser about what's underneath. But I am starting my shred tomorrow. I should have started it 2 weeks ago, but it took 2 weeks to get some weights delivered to me so I could, my dumbbells, so I can... But I'm probably going to end up swearing at that woman who does it. Gillian Michaels, is it? I don't know. I'm probably going to have a very long list of expletives for her tomorrow morning. Also, there's only a few hours left to enter my contest, which is ending at midnight tonight, on the dot, my time. So anything after that I can't accept as a contest entry, so get your comments or videos in, and yeah, if you submit it before midnight and it doesn't get approved, that's fine. I will approve it as soon as I see it, basically, but it's not, as long as it's submitted before midnight, then that's fine. But anyway, on with the review. So this is what the packaging looks like. It's fairly basic. You get 30 ml of product and you get a pump. One comment for this, really good. Thumbs up Revlon. If Revlon can do it, NARS, Clinique, MAC and all the rest, then I'm sure you can do it as well. So I don't think any high-end cosmetic brands have an excuse now, because this foundation has a pump. The pump does dispense a little bit too much product. I do find like it really, you get like a massive blob of foundation to work with, but that doesn't really matter. The only possible negative about the packaging is the lid isn't particularly secure, but you win some, you lose some. About the product, Revlon say poreless airbrushed skin in every light. I'll come to that in a minute, but the foundation is very thick consistency. It's not really running anywhere, really. And it contains light diffusing pigments to make your skin perfect in every light. This is what a lot of people are referring to as the Edward Cullen effect. I really see the glitter. I know some people aren't. That may well be because you use more shimmery products on your face, like mineralized skin finishes. But I am used to really matte skin, like really. I use Kryolan powder to set. I don't use mineralized skin finishes that often, especially not on my face. I use them on my cheeks, if anything. So for me, I really notice the glitter. If I just hold this bottle up into the sunlight, I can see it, and I can see it on my face. But some people can't, and I am aware of that. But the coverage for me, I think it's light to medium. I would say on the lighter end, and it is endlessly buildable. I can literally put endless amounts of this on my face and it will look like there's nothing on there, which is, I think, is very odd. And it doesn't feel very heavy on the skin to that, so even if you put two full pumps of this, and that's a lot of product, it doesn't feel heavy on the skin, so I find that very strange. It is a dewy sheer finish, which means that it does even out your skin tone and it does make your skin look better, but it's not going to cover any or all imperfections, and it's going to cover blemishes okay, it's going to, camouflage them a bit, but it's not going to mean that you can skip any kind of concealer. But it is nice and light for even out your skin tone. If you're one of those people that doesn't need a lot of coverage on your foundation, then this is ideal for you. I'm really sorry about my computer fan. My computer's not coping today at all. I just keep furiously running the fan for no reason. In terms of blendability, this is extremely easy to blend and really buildable on the skin, as I just said. Basically, I can blend in a pump full of this, I can blend in two, and it just disappears into this like vortex, black hole somewhere in my face. I don't know where it goes. But it does look very natural. It doesn't look unnatural or matte or anything, but it is quite a pretty finish for a foundation, so I am impressed with the finish of this. I had to stop filming. My computer was being an asshat, and now it's not being an asshat, but I'm pretty sure it will continue in about 2 minutes, as the temperature's already gone up 10 degrees on it. Right, anyway, wear time on this foundation. I get about 4 hours before this. It comes back with a vengeance. All that lovely blending it does beforehand, after 4 hours, this just sits on the surface of my skin. It shifts around and sits and looks greasy and oily, and it doesn't look very good at all, especially because it's not blended, and I have to actually physically re-blend if I'm going to get any more mileage out of it. After 7 hours, my skin from this foundation becomes unbearably oily, to the point where I have to go wash my face, and that's even after setting with cryolan powder. So on that basis, I really wouldn't buy this foundation again. But I mean, more on that in the conclusion, because we're not on that bit yet. But in terms of evening skin tone, it is very nice. It's not good for oily combination skin, is what I've found. If it works for you, it works for you. For me, it just doesn't do anything for my skin. I mean, it never claims to be oil controlling. I mean, it's more for photography and for making your skin look lovely in every light. But after 4 hours, I mean, I've only got a 4-hour window in which I can look my best. After that, I start to look awful. So, I mean, it's got to be a pretty short outing for me to only get 4 hours wear out of my foundation. But in terms of who can wear it, I think normal to dry skin would suit this foundation best. It doesn't control oil, so you know, normal skin will probably be perfect, but it does grab at the dry patches on my skin despite being so sheer, so you know, you do have to trade a few things in. But in terms of pros, it's light coverage, it's quite weightless on the skin, it does even your skin tone out, it is easy to blend, really easy to build up on your skin, it's good for photography, and it has SPF 20. So for those days when you forget your sunscreen, yeah, I mean, this will protect your skin for a certain amount of time. But the cons, it doesn't control oil, the glitter for me is a complete turn off. It makes me look hideous. I mean, it looks lovely within the first hour, and then after the 4th hour, when it starts to shift around, it makes me look even worse than normal. There's a limited shade range, there's only 8 shades currently available in the UK, and yeah, it does sit on the surface of the skin. So those are all my pros and cons, and the price is £12.99. Is it me, or is drugstore makeup getting more and more expensive? £12.99 for this, I think, is quite extortionate, really. I mean, it's just Revlon, so I think £12.99 is actually quite ridiculously expensive, but I mean, it's currently reduced to £9.99 from Boots, but I paid £12.99 for this when it first came out, and I probably wouldn't pay more than £7 for this. But anyway, conclusion, no, I will not be repurchasing. I will use it, I will cope with it, I will force myself to finish it, but I'm not that impressed. I like how it blends, and I like how it builds up, and I really like how it looks on the skin until about the 4-hour mark, and then it just all goes to pot and it looks awful. And I've tried this consecutively for about 2 weeks now, and I still do not like it. I've tried really hard to make myself like this, but the fact is that I've got a lot better foundations that do a much better job, and I'm much happier with those. I mean, even NARS Sheer Glow or Makeup Forever, they make my skin oily, but nothing can compare to the oiliness that this monster created. So yeah, that's my review on PhotoReady. Sorry it couldn't be more glowing. It is a good foundation, but it's not the one for me. Hopefully this helps, and let me know if you've got any questions.